is not everyone's favourite part of the house to hang out in, but there is one spindly spinner that just loves to play hide-and-seek in here. Under the sink, behind the shower curtain, down the plug hole.
Spiders!
Ah!
Look at that 8-legged monstrosity! There are over 650 different species of spider in the UK. All of them bite. And like us, they like to hunker down in winter in our houses. Not so long ago, spiders were one of my biggest phobias.
I don't like it.
But over the years, I'm proud to say I have pretty much conquered my fear.
So I thought if I can do it, anyone can do it, which is why I've invited my spider-scorning friend Ed along to see if I can turn his terror into tenderness. He's going to love this. Hello. Hello.
Can't believe I agreed to come on this show.
Yeah, well, you know you're always taking the mickey out of me for being scared.
Yep. Oh, I'm scared of sharks. Oh, I'm scared of badgers.
Well, I thought I'd see how you cope.
Is it some lovely kittens?
Nope.
Over the last few days, the Nightmares team has been collecting spiders from around their homes and fondly naming them after the food container they were stored in. Now, knowing Petrie, he's gonna play this cool. But trust me, he is petrified of spiders. So, to calm his nerves around bolognese, beans and their pals, I've also invited critter expert Tim.
Should we start with the spiders in the wine glasses?
It's like the worst dinner party ever.
So this spider here, you've probably seen this one running across the living room floor when you're watching telly.
Yeah.
Yes, one of my least favourites.
It's got those things, those fangy things.
The bits at
isn't
the
it?
front, like little boxing gloves on the end of sticks.
Yeah.
They're not its fangs.
They use them to feel their way around.
These mean that it's an adult male.
That's cool, because you can see those quite clearly.
Yep.
So you'd be able to sound like a spider expert and just go, yeah, that's a male.
While you're standing on a stool.
Screaming.
This is also the spider that you often find in the bath, because spiders, just like us, need to drink. Most people think that spiders come out of the plug hole.
Yeah.
If you think about a bath, it's got a tiny hole at the bottom, but a huge big hole at the top. So as a spider is walking around, well, he falls into the big hole at the top. And because his legs are used to walking across his spider web, he can't grip onto the smooth side
So
of the
it's
bath.
a total mistake
That's
if they're
it.
in the bath.
Yeah, so the worst thing you can do is think, oh, he's come out of the plug hole, we'll let him go back down there and wash him down.
Time for spider number 2.
So this is another really common spider. If you imagine a spider web or see a spider web in a cartoon,
They sit right in the middle.
well,
Yeah.
that is the kind of web that this spider builds.
And true to form, Beans is already building.
So this bit of silk flying off the back, that's not an accident.
No, this is one of the ways that spiders get across a gap. So it sits right at the top of a branch and it feels the wind moving, and it sprays a line of silk from the end of its body. And you can see if I touch this silk over here, it attaches onto my finger. So that silk could attach to a tree on the other side, and then it could actually use that to crawl all the way across, like a tightrope.
That's genius.
I'm starting to quite like Beans, actually. He's got personality.
Can we win Ed over on our final, somewhat controversial spider, though?
So it's got a very gruesome sounding name. It's actually a relative of the black widow spiders that you get in North
Bye.
America.
I'm leaving now. Bye. It's been lovely and everything.
Don't worry, Ed, don't worry.
I'll see you around, Naomi.
Petrie,
See you on Mary,
worse.
Mum and Dad.
Come back, come back.
There's more to the story, we haven't finished yet. But this is the normal reaction. People think, Black widow
There's
must be
normal,
dangerous."
sensible reactions.
But the false widow is actually pretty much harmless.
Pretty much harmless.
Pretty
Good.
much harmless.
I trust you, Tim.
So the bite from one of these spiders is no worse than a bee or a wasp sting.
They'll only bite you if they're stressed and you're causing it concern.
I don't like the look of it.
Why?
It just looks a bit terrifying.
Poor Paella. To prove to Ed and you that she's not scary, I'm going to hold her.
Come on then, Paella. Oh, you can barely feel it. I like this one now. Is that bulbous body packed with venom?
No, this is a female, so she's probably about to lay eggs.
No, it's just sitting still. It's fine. Ed,
Yeah.
want to have a go?
Not really, no.
Come on.
OK, well, if I do hold a spider, you've got to do a dare.
Want to shake on that?
No.
Whether this leggy lot will be in the running for my worst nightmare would probably depend on what Ed's got in store for me. In the meantime, I'm off to explore some more nightmare nooks.
And believe me, there are nasties to be found in every room of the house.
Did you know that a brand new cushion like this can double its weight in 3 years thanks to the build-up of dust mites inside it?
These 8-legged critters belong to the spider family and feed on our dead skin flakes. Ew.
Hiding in many of our wardrobes are moths that like to chomp on our clothes.
But it's not the adult moths responsible for our holy jumpers, it's their larvae. Lovely soft natural fibres like wool and silk make the perfect nest for laying eggs and a delicious dinner once hatched.
Oh, by the way, they prefer dirty fabric containing nutrient-rich sweat. There's a good reason to wash your clothes. Yep, even the near-freezing temperatures of the fridge aren't enough to fend off fiends.
Fancy some cheese? Well, a few special cheeses, like this one, are riddled with thousands of cheese mites.
Anybody want some? Want to try a bit? Anyone? No? Perfectly harmless. Mighty fine.
The presence of horrible cheese mites may make your toes curl, but they are not found in your everyday cheeses.
My next nightmare can be found in the bedroom and the bathroom. Oh, and the kitchen. In fact, pretty much anywhere in the house that you happen to be if you're unfortunate enough to have them. Itchy, scratchy, creepy, head lice.
Thousands of UK kids bring them home from school every year on their heads. But I've been doing this show long enough to know that just because something looks and feels like a nightmare doesn't mean it definitely is a nightmare. So, with the help of my local school pals, I'm going to see if there's a nice side to lice. Apart from a cold, nits are one of the things you're most likely to catch from your classmates. So these Year 6 pupils are perfectly placed to give their verdict on these irritating insects.
Let's see if I can convince them that head lice aren't so bad after all.
I've come armed with some live lice and a microscope so we can see them really big.
Are you ready to have a look at them? Yeah. Sure? Yeah. Don't worry, they don't fly and they don't jump. Right, can you see that? It's moving.
Oh my God! It looks like a long spider. It looks like a big ant. No.
You think they're cute?
Yeah. It feels like a tiny squirrel.
What? A tiny squirrel? Like a tiny squirrel, yeah?
We know these tiny, squirrels as nits, but actually the crawling ones are lice. The nits are the eggs they lay, which are glued to the hairs so they can't get washed or brushed off. Once hatched, the louse's 6 legs are the perfect width apart to cling to 2 human head hairs.
This is the perfect example on this one. They've got little claws on the end of each leg that help them grip hold of the hairs. Look how it climbs up the hair. They're good movers. Oh, yay, go lice.
Do they suck your blood?
Exactly right, that's exactly what they do. They're quite like mosquitoes, so they've got piercing, pointy mouth parts that they dig into your scalp and then they suck the blood.
Like vampires.
That's how they feed. Yeah, they're like vampires.
Are they dangerous?
No, they don't spread any diseases, so the only harm they cause us is the itching.
What makes us itch is their saliva. In it are substances that stop our blood clotting so they can keep on sucking. But it's these substances that we're allergic to, so they make us scratch.
If you can't jump, then how do they get onto other hares?
They have to have head-to-head contact.
They crawl from one head to another when two hares touch.
I bet you that they love going to rugby matches.
I bet you are right. I bet you are, because of the scrum.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's perfect head lice opportunity.
Are lights helpful in any way?
Well, no. We could survive just fine without them. Think about it. They can't live on anywhere else on your body. They don't live on other animals. They only live on humans. They only live a month. Oh, they only live a month. Did you feel sorry for them?
No.
I think I'm losing this battle, aren't I?
Yeah.
Who thinks they're nice? Hands up. And who thinks they're nasty? Yeah, I think everyone is pretty decided they're nasty. I'm defeated. Well, I would love to say we are all wrong about head lice, and they're actually cute, cuddly critters that serve a fundamental purpose to our universe. But my friends have cast their vote, and quite frankly, I agree with them. Definitely nasty and could easily crawl their way to the head of my worst nightmare list. Ooh.
Now, I haven't forgotten about my dare. I will be back later to check on Ed and his spiders. But for the moment, I've had enough of this home's scuttling, scratching, itching fiends.
Ugh, get me out of this nightmare house! Oh, at least my next nightmare is in the garden. Right. Guys, I think you've made a bit of a mistake here. It says here our next nightmare is the ladybird.
No, it's not. That's right, Gnomes.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, great. Looking forward to this one then, because they happen to be some of my favourite animals. Yes.
Britain's best-loved beetle. A sign of good luck. Every gardener's best friend. The collective term for a group of ladybirds is a loveliness.
Oh, come on, seriously. How can a group of insects known as a loveliness be a nightmare of nature?
To get a better look at this curious creature, I've come to see beetle expert Helen, who's been lining up some specimens for me under her microscope.
Helen, I love ladybirds. This is going to be great, but what are they? That's not a ladybird.
Before a ladybird becomes the ladybird we're so familiar with, it has to go through a variety of stages. So first of all, a ladybird begins its life as an egg. And then out hatches a really tiny little larva. So they are the larvae.
Oh, that's revolting.
And they've got a big challenge to find something to eat. So actually they then eat their brothers and sisters sometimes.
What? They're cannibals?
That's right. And once these hungry horrors have run out of siblings to munch on, they gobble up aphids that are nearly as big as they are. As they grow and grow, they shed their skin again and again until they become a pupa. Under this protective shell, they prepare to make their big transformation.
They literally break out of it. And then out emerges the beautiful adult.
Yes, without spots. It takes a few hours for those to appear.
So as a larvae, not so pretty, but as a beautiful adult, I mean, come on. We love them. They're not a nightmare, are they?
Well, let's go out in the garden and find out.
Okay.
First, though, we need to find some ladybirds.
Well, we've done okay, haven't we?
Yeah, I think we've done really well. We have 3 different species.
I mean, they look pretty harmless to me, Helen.
They're really beautiful. I mean, look at that 7-spot ladybird. But it will eat 60 to 80 aphids in one day.
Powerful jaws with sharp pincers crush and tear their prey apart, making them the insect equivalent of a tiger.
But look at it, it looks so sweet.
That red coloration with those black spots is warning coloration. It's full of toxins. If I was to touch it very gently, it might imagine that I'm being a predator and exude some chemicals from its knees.
it's totally done it. Sitting in a pool of yellow. That's not its wee.
No, that's not its wee. That's actually part of their blood, and it contains that chemical of toxins that are within inside its body. And it smells dreadful.
It just smells like sort of compost.
And it really tastes quite horrible. So birds, for instance, will just spit them out if they accidentally feed on them.
Good defence, ladybird.
But there is one species of ladybird that outdoes them all. This, the invasive harlequin ladybird. It's a big beast of a beetle, twice the size of our native species and much, much hungrier. Not only does this pilfering predator nick our ladybirds' food, it also gobbles up our ladybird larvae. And when it gets a bit chilly outdoors, these barbaric burglars invade our homes. In their hundreds. A loveliness of ladybirds? Nothing lovely about that.
OK, so I stand corrected. I thought ladybirds were lovely, but actually they're swarming cannibals with toxic knees. Not so ladylike after all. They could fly off with my worst nightmare crown.
My final contender is a neighbourhood nightmare. It cruises the streets in the dead of night, looking for its next meal. Unknown to us, tucked up safely indoors. It was an ordinary Tuesday night. The moon shone bright. Naomi had gone to bed early to catch up on some reading. Alone at last.
Seriously, don't you lot ever go home?
Yeah, maybe it was a good job they were there. Because outside her bedroom window, a predator was on the prowl.
What was that? That sounded horrific. I'm gonna have to go and investigate.
It seems I'm not alone. Also out on the hunt tonight is urban animal expert Ian. Ian's a specialist in capturing our culprit on camera. Yep, this suburban screecher is the red fox. With a reputation for spreading disease and ransacking rubbish as it runs riot on a hooligan killing spree. But despite this, I'm going to try and snap one too. We don't have long to wait.
Is that it? Is that it on the pavement? That's it on the pavement. Here it comes, here it comes, here it comes.
Oh, not exactly the miscreant I had in mind.
Oh, isn't it sweet?
Yeah.
Wow, I never thought we would get this close.
It's pretty rare to get this close.
Yeah, I've never been
Taken
this
photos for 5 years, and it's only ever 3 foxes I've ever got that close to.
So this one looks really young.
Yeah, this would be a cub from this year. He's probably about 8 months old.
At that tender age, a fox cub will be pushed out of its home territory by its parents, so they don't have to share their food.
So the parents will even fight their own offspring over food.
Yeah, they'll let them know that they need to move on.
And then they're left to just
They'll have
fend
to
for
fend for
themselves.
themselves, yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
tough life for a
Yeah,
fox.
it is, yeah. They have to learn fast. Yeah,
Careful
it's
you don't
not-
get run over. Ooh, sweet little thing.
Cars are the #1 killers of urban foxes. Seems they're more victims of our streets than prowling predators.
Looking at it now, it's so passive. What was that awful sound I heard?
It's probably the female fox calling for a mate.
That's her flirting.
I would, yeah, that's one way of putting it, yeah.
And the males find that attractive?
I suppose some do, yeah.
It's blood curdling. Sounds like there's a fight outside.
Yeah.
So it's totally opposite to fighting, really.
Opposite and 100%.
It's looking for love.
When they're not looking for love, they're looking for food. You won't find any nibbles in our camera gear. In fact, these gutsy guzzlers have been running amok in homes everywhere. But watching them up close tonight has been nothing less than a peaceful privilege. even if my souvenirs leave a little to be desired.
Well, now that I've seen them in the flesh, can I really call these crafty canines my worst nightmare? Smelly, noisy, mischievous maybe, and clearly a nightmare to photograph, but I think these streets pose far more of a threat to them than they ever do to us. See ya.
So not such a nightmare ordeal for me. But I think it's time to find out how Ed's been doing with his spider therapy.
OK, I'm back. How are you getting on?
Well, pretty well so far, because I haven't had to hold this guy.
And you're about to?
Give it a go. Never mind you, I'm concerned that the spider might be worried.
Oh, look at him, he's really moved around a lot. Oh, dear.
He's lovely, friendly, bolognese. He won't eat you. He's fine.
You're loving this, aren't you?
Every second.
Okay.
That's it. Nice deep breaths.
Come on, Ed.
Keep your hands nice and flat. There he goes.
Yes! It's on your hand, it's on your hand. Well done, well done, well done.
Oh,
Well done.
yeah.
How does it feel?
Oh, he feels weird. He feels a bit weird.
Is it slightly tickly?
Yeah, he's a little bit tickly, isn't he? There we go.
So it's about
there
being
we go.
calm. Deep breath.
I am calm.
Relax.
Just think how scared a spider must be of a huge animal like a human.
Oh, that's better. That's better. I'm in the groove now. I'm getting used to it. I am getting used to it.
So you're not going to be getting a pet tarantula, but they're not quite as bad as you thought.
No. I don't know, who knows? Maybe next time there's one in the bath, maybe I could even pick it up and take it out of the house.
And that's Ed's ordeal over.
Hooray! Champion spider holder!
Well done.
Did it?
And well done to the spider as well.
Yes,
He
well done,
survived.
Spider.
Well done, Spider.
Will I face my fears?
You did.
So it's time for your dare.
Thank you. Seeing as you've become so fond of spiders, how about you see what it's like to be one? Well, that's all right. It's just sitting around and eating all day, isn't it?
Wrong.
Oh, no.
Mission 1, catching breakfast.
My breakfast is hanging from a tree at the end of a silk thread, otherwise known as a slackline.
Spiders can balance effortlessly on single threads, using thousands of tiny hairs on the ends of their legs. If they want to catch their breakfast, it is crucial that they navigate their delicate webs with grace and speed. Oh, no! Oh! What did you move that for? I was using it.
Mission 2, eating breakfast.
Oh, yeah, cool.
Spiders that do manage to catch their breakfast then have to kill it with a stab of their sharp fangs.
Oh. No, thank you. I'm not eating those. Full English for me, please. Oh, of course. Spiders inject their prey with digestive enzymes, liquefying their insides so they can drink their meal. Cheers.
Mission 3, speed training.
House spiders can cover 330 times their own body length in just 10 seconds. That is like you or me running 100 metres in 1 second. So don't blink, Ed, or you'll miss this. Easy, yeah.
Mission 4, avoiding predators.
The house spider needs speed on its side to escape its most deadly predator, the dreaded homeowner. Just call me Super Speedy Spider. Ha-ha! Too fast for you!
You think this is enough to stop me? You've got to be joking.
Oh, yeah. I forgot. House spiders often end their day getting washed down the plug hole. Thanks for this, Ed. Being a house spider is no fun. Playing tag with giant humans, trying not to get washed away. I actually feel quite sorry for them. Is it a bit